Welcome Brawlers, I'm the Hermit and I hope you are ready for some expensive spells. Because our commander today is Tellah Great Sage. For 3 generic, a blue and a red, we get a 3/3 legendary human wizard. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. If 4 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, draw 2 cards. If 8 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, sacrifice Tellah and it deals that much damage to each opponent. Since Tellah only cares about the mana you spend on the spell, you can play Into the Roil with Kicker, Blink of an Eye with Kicker, Cyclonic Rift or Counterflux with Overload, and you're gonna be getting the 2 cards out of the deal. I'm not a huge fan of the sacrificing clause, so I'm gonna be trying to limit our spells to 7 or less mana. In this deck we're gonna be running 4 creatures, 3 of which come from Final Fantasy, the Emperor of Palamecia. We can tap to add mana for non-creatures, and it transforms into an attacker that deals damage equal to the number of non-creatures non-lands in our graveyard. We have Shantotto, she grows when we cast spells, and if we use 4 or more mana, she draws us a card. And we have Vivi, whenever we cast a non-creature, he goes bigger and he can add mana equal to its power. The last one is Harmonic Prodigy, which doubles all the triggers from Tellah, Shantotto, Vivi, and the Emperor. Our interaction is gonna be expensive. The ones that aren't are gonna be Unable to Scream, Witness Protection, Torch the Tower, because getting to cast a 1 mana spell after our commander means we get a hero token. We have Glacial Dragonhood, draw a card and you discard a card. If you discard a non-land, you get to deal 3 damage to that creature. But it has Harmonize, which is the important part, because if we have hero tokens, we can pay 5 mana to cast it from the graveyard, and that means we get 2 extra cards from Tellah. Because of the ramp and the expensive nature of our deck, our opponent is gonna be resolving their spells, so we need to be careful of what to counter with Cryptic Command, Rewind, even Kindred Denial. So the stuff that we might let them resolve are creatures, which we can also take. With Grafted Identity, we sacrifice a hero token, and we get to steal our opponent's card. We also have Kidnap, we steal a creature from our opponent, and we put 3 stone counters unless we give our opponent a card. We are also running Stop Cold and Tamiya's Completion. They tap our opponent's creatures and make them lose all abilities. We have Chandra, Torch of Defiance, Chandra Awakened Inferno, Chandra Hope's Beacon, and Code's Fire of Resistance. All Planeswalkers that act as removal. We also have Ral Crackling Wit and Ral Storm Conduit. Crackling Wit is gonna be making tokens, drawing us cards, and Storm Conduit is gonna be scrying and copying instant and sorceries for us. Since we have expensive instants and sorceries, getting to have 2 of them kind of makes up for it. We have Mass Manipulation, we can steal X creatures and or Planeswalker from our opponents by paying 4 blue and then double X. Other X spells we are running are Mishra's Command. It has 4 modes. We can discard up to X cards and then draw that many cards, deal X damage to a creature, deal X damage to a Planeswalker, or give a creature +X/+O and haste. That's Intervention. Look at the top X card of your library, put 2 of them into your hand, the rest on the bottom. Counter target spell unless its controller pays twice X. Crackling Wit power, it has triple X, but it deals 5 times X to each of up to X targets. Finale of Promise, which allows us to recast our spells. Since we recast without paying the mana cost, we only get 2 extra heroes with Tellah, but just getting to recast 2 cards and getting 2 cards from Tellah is good enough value for us. In case you run into artifact decks, not only do we have Suplex, but we have Red Sun's Twilight. Destroy up to X artifacts. If X is 5 or more, you create a token, but you sacrifice them at the beginning of the end step. And the last X card is Shard Skull Smashing. It deals X damage divided among up to 2 target creatures and a Planeswalker. If X is 6 or more, which means Tellah is gonna die, it deals twice that damage instead. To help us a little bit casting our spells, we have Invasion of Segovia. When this Sage enters, create 2 1/1 blue Kraken creature tokens. They have Trample, but more importantly, if we transform the invasion, all of our non-creature spells have Convoke, which means that now every single hero token can tap to add mana for a non-creature spell, which is most of the deck. So that's the deck. Expensive counter spells, expensive bounce, expensive interaction, but on the back of our commander that's gonna be throwing us cards whenever we cast a spell. So let's head into the queue and show our opponents what this old wizard can do. Kuya Genome Sorcerer. Okay, maybe we steal Kuya. Grim Lavamancer. We have Shantotto, so we should witness protection the Lavamancer, then Shantotto, and then kidnap Kuya. That's a plan. Let's see how it works out though. Opponent is gonna kill Shantotto, which is nice because at least that means if we steal Kuya, they need another piece of removal, and they use Lightning Axe to do it. So that's 2 cards from them, which means we're getting some card advantage out of our plan. Also, because they are playing black and red, they are gonna have very few enchantment removal cards, so it's more likely that they just remove Kuya outright. Okay, Damnation. That kind of works. Opponent plays Ragavan. So we should play our commander here. Yeah, I think so. Opponent might be considering whether they kill or maybe they cannot kill, so they are considering, okay, they can, and they do. So they kill our commander, and next turn they might use the den to kill Koth if we kill Ragavan here.
Mercy is earned, and foul mildew to slag.
And turn to the yard. Yeah, they go after Koth. Meanwhile, we are gonna get Irencrag, and we have Assassin Intervention for 3. If they attack us again, then we just take the land. Okay, if they play their commander, we go x3. It's Tellah time. We have 8 mana, so that's 18. Okay, they kill our commander. Really sucks. And yeah, that's kind of really the downside to having such a expensive but also weak commander with only 3 power. Let's exile the top.
Today's my lucky day.
Deal damage. Mascot Nexus. They go after us. We can use Mystic Sanctuary. Actually, how much mana do we have? 2, 1, 2, 3. 15, so not enough yet. But maybe they have something.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
9. Yep. So let's get our commander here. Or I guess we can use Crackle. X equals 2. 2, 3. Our opponent is gonna go down to 3. We're gonna Mystic Sanctuary, get Crackle back. They make a 2/2, which is also all creature types. And let's see if they can kill us here. Den of the Bugbear, that also helps. We would go to 1. And if they have a 1 mana, or sorry, 1 damage spell, they're gonna be killing us. Oh no, we're at 2. Right. I miscounted. But still. Shock or the like. Okay. The opponent sets good game. Yeah, that was really close. And all because Tellah can only take 3 damage. Otherwise, they would need to use even more mana for Shattered Skull or take a couple of spells to remove him. But as it stands, I guess that's what kind of makes him balance, I suppose. But in the end, we just eked the win out of our opponents. Good games, good games. And we have Burst Lightning, so Revan has Sword, which means they're gonna be dealing us extra damage when we try to remove him. Here we need the extra land. Okay, we have it, so we should suplex Rapan. Take the damage. opponent has no third land. We on the other hand are gonna be making some ramp. Amped Raptor. They get a 4, which means they can't cast it. I mean, unfortunately, I don't think our commander is gonna leave. But if he does, we can Midnight Clock and steal something. Yeah, and this is downside of only 3 toughness. Because it's so expensive to cast and recast. And 3 is very prevalent. But still, we're not too worried. They remove Tellah again. We're gonna play Irencrag and Midnight Clock. And we have Ral Crackling Wit, which means we can play Ral, make a order token, and then steal something from opponent. Stoneforge Armor. Okay. That is an aggressive card. So we're gonna steal the Raptor.
Doesn't take a genius to see something weird is going on. You get to be my protege today. Oh yeah, plan's coming together.
And I think opponent might kill Ral here if they pay the life to equip to Mutabolt. But at least our Reddit Raptor is gonna be able to block when he untaps. Also, they could go for us. Okay, they killed the Raptor. Yeah, that's kind of a position for us. Let's hope they don't go for us. They go for Ral instead. Okay, so we have one more turn to leave.
I hate dead ends.
And I guess Ral could help us trick Zora's deck, so maybe it wasn't a straightforward decision. Okay, Into the Roil, that's great, but we cannot cast it as well as our commander in the same turn, so let's pass here. They're gonna do the thing again. Okay, before combat attackers are declared, we're gonna bounce that back. We draw another land. When attacks, we're gonna animate the Guardian Idol. They're gonna remove it. Okay. Block Mutavolt. Monster's Rage. So that's 3 damage against us. Let's play our commander here. Blacksmith's Talent. So I'm afraid we have to go like this and pass, no attacks. Let's hope we get something good with our clock here. It is midnight and we get nothing that can save us here. That's really unfortunate. Let's let them do it. Opponent really got the hyper aggressive start and we didn't get the right interaction. But it was still a good game and one has a really good deck. Yeah, I guess we needed to let our commander survive, at least so we could get some tokens, but he never did, so good on our opponent for removing him all those times. And good games, good games. These are the restless. I think she's a meal. Okay, she's not exactly meal, she's about Lurgoyf, also known as Thermogoyfs. They care about the number of cards, the number of card types in their graveyard, which is why they are gonna start with Gamble. And let's see what they get. Whenever one or more creatures you control did damage to a player, create a Tarmogoyf. Okay. They get a Chrome Box. And they exile a Curse Morrow there. So we play our red because it's only red source we have, and we have Fires of Victory up in case we need it. Opponent plays a Changeling, but they are still a couple of turns away from Disa, so we're gonna ramp instead of removing their mascot. They sacrifice their mascot to get an Ether Spark. This is 3 damage to creature or planeswalker, so would be 5 on the Ether Spark. Here we play a tap land. Oh, it was actually 6, so counting properly. So here they are still 1 turn away from this. And they play. Yeah, they were really aggressive with their plays, like Gamble, Chromebox. They are losing cards. I mean, okay, they're gonna put the Lorfgoyf that comes back, I think. Nethergoyf. Oh no, they get Fanatic of Rona, so I'm not gonna go off on them because they don't know our hand, but that's not what they want against us. Mask Bundle. So we're gonna counter and return your Chromox to your hand. Veil of Summer, okay. That is a nice pick for our opponent. They're gonna exile our Guardian Idol. So let's play the Irencrag and kill the Mask Bundle. Malaket Recovery. Okay, they play it as their lands. They have enough mana for their commander here, but I don't know what they're trying to do. Okay. They play 2 creatures. So we're gonna pass. Changeling Outcast. They could combat, attack us with 2. We're gonna take it. We're at 20 and now we shuffle the Fanatic of Runas. And that's why I didn't like that play, because we have either that or our bounce effects. Here, I think we can. Yeah, they're only gonna be dealing 1 damage to us, well 2. So we're fine keeping Dismiss. Nothing, so let's keep passing. Grizzly Salvage, okay. They get a creature or land. They take Oracle of Moldaya. Yeah, that's gonna get that dismissed from us. And we draw BB. So we should play Vivi. Decline. Illuminating Lash and now let's see what they do. This is a 5/6. So I guess we can go Chandra at 2 mana, cast and copy our Glacial Dragon Hunt.
This war ends today. We can do this together. Let's give it our all.
Discard Mindstone. 3 damage. Discard Ransom. 3 more damage. Next we play Invasion of Segovia, try to flip it. And yeah, they had to either chump block, which means they don't get their commander, or they let it go, we flip it, and we have 4 creatures to convoke Rewind. Yeah, that was an interesting deck, I guess, but they needed their ripples to resolve, and they couldn't get it with their salvage, so also their Ether Spark play was weird, if anything else. And yeah. But yeah, having changelings really good with their commander, so good deck and good games, opponent. Jarok the Desecrated on the draw. This is okay, especially if we get to Invasion or Flame. If not, let's see what Make Disappear can do for us. So Jarok is gonna be a valued engine. It doubles the enters triggers, so they're gonna have enters draw a card, enters get a land, and so on. Okay. Oops. I needed to play the Perch here. But I said I wanted Invasion and Flame of Anor, so we get to them here. And we keep the counterspell for our opponent's commander. Panharmonicon. See, that's why we needed Flame of Anor. Ether Channeler. Okay, let's kill Panharmonicon here. They draw a card with the Channeler. And they get Demonic Council. They get to search their deck for any card they want, since they have Delirium, Instant, Sorcery, Land, and Artifact. Here we're gonna go for Invasion. They jump, well, they trade, but we have a token, so it's a jump in my book. And let's see what they got with their council here. Reanimate. Okay. They're gonna bounce our token. No, they draw another card. Okay, yeah, because they can draw a card and block the token. That nowhere else. So here we just keep passing, I guess. Nissa of Shadow Bows. Kindred Denial and Withdraw Dismiss. Kinda have to pass here. Although we can take the trade. It's fine. We discard Finale of Promise, probably. Nissa, that's gonna get dismissed. Okay. Opponent plays Invasion of Ikoria, gonna get another Dork here. What to do here? The invasion is non-legendary, but we might also want to... We cannot counter Yarok, we can clone, steal him. So we can also put an aura on him. Yeah, let's copy our land then. We're gonna take... Yeah, just the island. Or we can take the village. And we pass. They are gonna be able to resolve Yarok, but if they play 2 spells, we're gonna try to counter the second. Abomination, okay, that does not resolve. And here we are gonna play Chandra, kill the dorks.
I will burn Phyrexia to ash. When I say burn, you burn.
Cruelty of Geeks. They start on chapter 1, they remove our Chandra from hand. And here, what do we do now? We can go for our commander. And we're gonna minus Chandra on the invasion. We have enough mana to cast Into the Roil with Kicker. Opponent's gonna search their deck for something. What are you getting, opponent? And because we have Chandra, when casting Into the Roil, we're gonna get a copy of it, and then we're gonna draw 2 extra cards with Tellah. So not too shabby from us. We can also use it to bounce. Okay. If they are playing Ravenous Chupacabra, can bounce whatever they are targeting, as well as their Cruelty of Geeks.
I'm ending this fight.
Goes to hand. And Crackling Wit power. I think that's lethal. Yeah, they're at 15. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we have double lethal because Chandra copies.
Let's go big.
So X equals 3. 1, 2.
Ooh, it's gonna get
1, 2.
scorching hot.
And yeah, good games. Yeah, I guess even if they didn't take the damage from their cruelty and their lands, they still would have died to Crackle with power because of Chandra. They needed to, I guess that's what they did wrong. They needed to use Cruelty of Geeks to get rid of Chandra instead of trying to kill our commander with Chupacabra. So yeah, unless they did look for an answer, we don't know what they took with Cruelty, but I have to assume it was the Chupacabra. Otherwise, they would have played that card. Good games, I guess. Coldsteel Mercenary. We're gonna try to get Koth. We don't have double red here, but if we do get it, then we'll be fine. Wanna play Cecil, so I guess we kill him. Unless they play something else here. Zephyr Boots. Okay. We're gonna play Guardian Idol, and next turn we can go Mindstone, pay 3 life for our land, and have Remand up. Opponent plays Boots, Boots and Boots. We draw island, so we don't have to pay the 3 life. Also, opponent might not play their commander here because of their boots. They might play it next turn, so they have mana for the boots. Should we remand that? Let's remand that. They played their Caustic Bronco once again. So here, what's the play? This is actually difficult. We're gonna let them have a card with their Bronco. They go to equip, see, Squall. We're gonna, okay. Since they are doing that, I think I want to kill the Bronco. And destroy the boots. Adelbert Steiner. We're gonna play our commander. And we have the red mana here, so let's make Adelbert unable to scream. Opponent plays Werewolf's Bodyguard. Oops, I shouldn't have sent it to the command zone. No, you need to tap these two. We play Koth, search for a mountain.
I'll shape the earth itself.
And we have Blink of an Eye. Squall. Let's send Squall back. Shadow of the Second Sun.
You won't harm my allies.
We have options here.
The home we lost.
Let's play this Shadow then. Gonna draw with the Mind Stone. And more lands. Sword of Once and Future, okay. What can they recast? Just a cut down for now. But they have to go after us instead of cut if they wanna do that. So opponent is hitting us, they're surveilling. And they keep on top. Because we kinda have to, we're gonna kill the fox.
This is for the
And we should also play Chandra or Illuminating Lash into Chandra. Sounds like the play here. Also, maybe we could play Tellah because the hero tokens are colorless.
Anyone who stands in my way is getting
And that means they can block even if our opponent has the sword on. We drew Cast into the Fire, so we can exile the sword. Squall. So let's steal your commander. Opponent paths to exile their commander. That's rough. That is rough.
Mirrodin is our land.
And I guess we're gonna win this one eventually. We have the Chandra emblems and we have interaction. I don't see a way our opponent can come back from this. Yeah, if they wanted to beat us, they needed to... Okay, that's gonna get countered. They need to go harder and faster under us. And they have to, so let's make it 4. Oh, I could also animate the Guardian Idol, but yeah, this is a win either way. Good game, squad. What were their first couple of turns? Cecil, that was nice, but right. I think because they decided to play their boots, that's what slowed them down. They needed to play even more creatures that put pressure on us. But still, good game. Good game. Captain Neverheart. Oh, that's gonna tax us on the stuff we draw, and they're gonna get a discount on the stuff they draw. But the question is what's gonna be the rest of their deck, and I'm not sure about that. Probably aggro. Luminarch Aspirant, we're gonna counter that, then we're gonna play Vivi. And it seems like we're off to the races. Enduring Innocence from opponent. Now let's... I guess. Depending on what they play, we can Into the Roil Enduring Innocence to deny them a card. Or counterspell if they are playing something big. Okay, opponent plays Sheltered by Ghost on their commander. And we're just gonna kill it. We get PP back, but he's a 0-3 again. Land tax and Enduring Innocence. So we are bouncing your land tax opponent. They replayed land tax, and I'm guessing we might kidnap Enduring Innocence. That way all of our Tellah tokens are gonna be getting a card. Voice of the Blessed from opponent. Finale of Promise. We don't have a sorcery in the yard, so let's kidnap, and then we bounce land tax. Actually, we didn't need to do that. We are stuck at 5 mana and 5 lands. But since we didn't have anything else for PB mana, I feel it wasn't the worst decision. opponent goes to combat with their boys. So I guess we let it go. They might have damage by removal for blockers, or just damage for removal for blockers. Okay, they play Elspeth Conquers Death on Vivi. Huh. And they get land tax back. How much is this? We're gonna make a copy of Enduring Innocence. And we drew Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Opponent only has Luminarca's Parent to get back with Conquer's Death. So what else are they gonna do here? Commander, of course. And Hanwir Militia Captain. Their voice of the place now has flying. Okay, Elspeth Stormslayer. It's gonna make the team bigger, keep it flying, and I guess that's lethal. So good games. Good games. Yeah, we needed a rat at some point. And we still didn't get enough mana for Cyclonic Overload, so we need something cheap. Good games, opponents. I didn't have fun because I didn't get my lands. So sad. Against Tom Bombadil. Huh. This is the Sagas deck. They're gonna be... Well, this is the best Saga decks for the new Sagas, I think. Explore, which means they're gonna get a good Saga next turn. Let's see what they got. We have Counterflux, damages completion if they get done before he has Hexproof. Calyx, Guided by Fate. So we should suplex. Destroy target non-land, they're gonna destroy our Prodigy. And Sterling Grove. So let's get our commander out. They don't mill a land or a creature, which they contribute return to their hand by discarding a card. Okay, so Tom comes out. And we're gonna complete him. Your commander has no abilities now. And that's why they need... You need to play him with 2 Sagas. Or Sagas with at least 4 or more lore counters on them. But I guess they can Sterling Grove and get something to remove our spell here. Leyline Binding. Okay, that works too. And they get to trigger Tom. Split Conquers dead. It's gonna take our commander. What do we do now? Oh, mass manipulation. Next one. They are gonna tax us for a turn, and they still don't have anything to remove. Waking the trolls, destroy a land. I think we should pass. Even if they get the troll, we're not too worried about it. We would rather have Mana Force as intervention, or even Counterflux. See this. Counterflux it is. And Satsuki the Living Lore. That's good enough for Touch the Tower. Prismatic Command to the bottom.
When this
They're
war
gonna
is
get
over, we will finally
few trolls. 3, maybe 2. Let's count. Just 2, okay. So we should... Oh, that was supposed to be blue, but I misclicked.
Here comes the avalanche.
And now we pass. We're gonna block the turtle with Tom. And we're gonna Thassa's X5. Okay, Shadow and 3 steps ahead.
Mirrodin is our land.
Here I think we're in the lead now, and there's probably not a clear way our opponent comes back, so let's see how long they stay in the game. summon Knights of Round. We're gonna go 3 steps ahead, all modes. Discard Mountain. Vivi.
We will retake this land from Phyrexia.
So let's get our commander. We have enough mana to copy Shadow of the... Oh, we can't copy an enchantment, it seems. So let's hold off then. Or no, because we have the Shadow, so we should use our mana here. Draw Finale, an island. Real-time explosion. In order not to discard, we're gonna play our bolt, make a creature, and deal 3 damage to our opponent. And we also have lethal. Well, we have Cost Emblem that should also be lethal. Opponent plays Stone Bombadil. And yeah, they should have used their Sterling Grove a while ago if they wanted something good. We just have a little board now. So let's go to combat, attack with all. And that's the game. Good games, Tom. Good games. Muyan Ling, Sky Dancer. Is this... Okay, this is a Planeswalker one. It makes creatures bigger and it makes creatures smaller and loses flying. Then makes an token with flying, and they get an emblem in its islands. Get to draw cards by tapping. Okay. Seems like they are a counter spell deck, so let's play Arcane Signet and then Guardian Idol. If opponent plays Moo, then we get to bounce and draw. Okay, they pass, so let's pass back. We're gonna bounce an island and draw a card. Opponent is thinking whether or not they should counter here. If they do, that means we get to resolve a spell on our turn. Probably Chandra. And if they don't go back on land, they have to discard to hand size. So, almost land. Okay, they have Mystical Dispute. That means we are not clear. Does this? We cannot rewind, so let's pass. Hmm. Spectral Sailor. Okay. During Curiosity. That is gonna get rewinds. Here we're gonna play Chandra. Might as well. Disdainful Stroke. We then go for the Sailor. Okay, they play Fading Hope on it. They play it back, okay. So let's go for Mishra's command, damage, and draw this card. It's one. And we get a land. Opponent plays move.
Every pattern overlaps in the tapestry of the cosmos.
They start ticking
Bow
up.
to the howling winds.
Ah, this is not uncounterable Chandra, so guess we're gonna play our commander then, see if it gets countered, and then we're gonna hit in with Guardian Idol. Make disappear, so let's pay for that. Okay. So if that resolves, that means Chandra is gonna resolve. Possibly.
I see beauty in the ordinary.
Reverse Rebuke. Okay. We should replay everything then.
Do not challenge a raging river.
What else do you have, opponent? Is that why you let Tellah resolve? Maybe. So let's find out if they really do have a counter here. See the Octopus. Let's play Explosion then. We're gonna draw 4 cards in total. You go to hand, and that means we have the option to discard and destroy all of your creature's opponent. Yeah, let's send this mist to the yard. And now opponent has Mujanling at 3 and not much else. Only 2 cards in their hand. Okay, they minus.
Sky, my friend.
They make it an elemental and they replay their commander.
With patience, even a light breeze can endure.
Learn some respect.
We're gonna name wizard with you, and then we can cyclonic just for the elemental, or yeah, I think we are good on this one.
Nature, and it will offer assistance.
I'm gonna cyclonic for 7. Ooh, and that gets the thing. We are gonna draw some cards. Yeah, 8 is what you need to sacrifice, Tellah. Okay, I remember. So if your opponent counters, we're gonna Fires of Victory their bird and kill their commander. Okay. They Cyclonic Rift back. So let's. Oh, okay. I meant to play the Signet. Oh, I guess we can play it still. Okay. Let's move.
Even a typhoon begins with a single
But
raindrop.
it begins at 2.
Bow to the howling winds.
And yeah, we are gonna win this one. Having the Cavern of Souls means that we are safe from our opponent. Even if they bounce our stuff, we just can replay it. We have more mana than them. We have more cards. And our commander is gonna be doing more than theirs. We draw 2 with Archmage's Charm. We're gonna make some heroes. We're gonna pass. No attacks. Make an elemental.
Beyond the ordinary.
Diamond stone and sacrifice it. We are gonna kill your commander, or at least try to. Negate. Let's play Prismatic Command. No, let's wait then. We're gonna play Chandra and Fair of the Nile. Okay. We still get to draw 2. And then we can Fires of Victory to kill both of their stuff and get even more cards. 2 more cards from Tellah and 2 cards and a card from Fires. here, here, and one to the Planeswalker.
I must uncover more secrets.
Okay, opponent concedes. Yeah, now they are empty-handed. We have a full board, full hand. Mana than them. So, yeah, it's rare to see Mu on the queue, but yeah, there are usually better mono blue decks that play the same type of cards, so opponent got better against us, and we will take the win. Good games.